Autumn has come to upstate New York. Fall colors abound, and we welcome you inside Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Strap in. This will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Set, ready.
Throwing first play is Ritter. Flush to his right. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, it's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Down. Shot. 17. Ready?
Ritter back to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
I know they got the first down, but Brandon, I still don't like the call going for it there. Yeah, they got it, but I would have punted the ball there, played some field position. I mean, it's okay to end drives and kicks, right? You know, we've heard that from different guys before. Remember, a kick's either a punt, right? Field goal, or a point after touchdown. It's okay to end it in a kick.
Go now. Ready.
Ritter. They'll set up the screen with Davis. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Bills passing game getting him down the field. They've got another first down.
Here we go.
Working from the gun, Ritter. And he's got Booker. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. They go back to the ground now with Davis. And able to work his way down to the 16. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And here's Davis to run again on 2nd. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Come on, set.
Ritter to throw it. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
Ready.
Here's Ritter. And he will find his man on the outside. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
Set.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Desmond Ridder with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bills put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got a man, complete. Down to the 10. Touchdown, LA. Josh Palmer, 77 yards. And the Chargers are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. A great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Ridder with it after the play fake. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Watch out now. It's 50 Fury. Ready?
Going play action. Ridder. And this one is incomplete. The Bills at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now a first carry here for their running back. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Back to throw. Ridder. Here's a diving catch right side. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He's going to launch this thing way downfield.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, this defense was victimized earlier in this opening quarter. This time, a measure of revenge.
Well, they always tell defenses you have to have a short memory. But I also think it helps if you remember what happens to you before, and now you're able to flip it around. They didn't want to show weakness and let this offense think they could do whatever they want. And they turned things around in that case and picked one off themselves.
A first down carry for Davis. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Off the play fake, it's Ritter.
Being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
Come on, set. Set.
Ritter now.
Escaping the pressure right.
Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
Ready. Ready.
Ritter will set up to throw it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Bass is good.
And the Bills have taken the lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. 10
10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Run! Crowd right. Set. Ready.
Here's Herbert. Sliding out of the pocket. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
2nd and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headline. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
So the decision to throw out that challenge flag, a good one, as they'll get credited with a completion.
They'll run on 1st down. Joyner looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have moved out in front.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Back to throw here, Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On first down, Joyner.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll keep it on the ground. Joyner, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They get this out quickly to the left side. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Herbert off of play action. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's Herbert. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 34. Up the middle they go.
Joyner, and he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Right side, and he finds Gray. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Let's go, let's go. Set.
Herbert now. Touchdown, Chargers. Danny Gray, a 5-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good, and it's 21-10.
The score, Chargers 21, Bills 10.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Looking to throw it here, Ritter.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ritter off to play fake.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
97.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
It's caught by Coleman. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling could lead to no yards gained.
And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
Ritter back to throw.
Flushed out right. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
On play action, here's Ritter.
And he comes back with one complete.
Down the left sideline.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. 52 yards.
And the Bills have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now 21-17.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face.
And got his man complete.
And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a...
And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Push it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
Justin Herbert looking to pass.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll try the left side. Joyner. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Touchdown! A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10.
Ready.
Ritter.
Throwing deep here for Coleman.
And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Let's go.
Final play before the half. Here's Ritter.
Got a man and he hits him in stride. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
And good work there in open space, and he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a...
Herbert has it knocked free. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Here's Ritter.
And Davis has it over the middle. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. From the 50, here's Herbert. Forced out to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Go. Baylor Tigers. Baylor Tigers. Go.
Herbert. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
From the gun, Herbert on third down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
On the ground, it's Gray. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Play action. It's Herbert. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Bills 17.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Okay.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Finding room at midfield.
Breaks through the contact. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Down.
Back to throw, Ritter.
Eluding the pressure right.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Set. Ready.
Ritter from the gun on third down.
Flush to his right.
That is caught.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 16. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Going play action. Ritter.
That is caught at the 7-yard line.
And the Bills are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. A great play there.
His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Here we go. Here we go.
That's caught. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
Powering his way forward.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Rolling to his right.
That's going to be caught. It's Palmer.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Joyner.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a first and 20. Here's Herbert. Wide open receiver complete. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. A big play there for L.A. 41 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game.
And the Chargers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Now the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Ritter now.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
At the 18-yard line.
Ritter to throw it. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here we go. Ready? Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Ready.
Ritter will set up to throw it.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Ready.
To throw again on 2nd down. Ritter escaping the pressure right. Here's Booker on the catch. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 35.
Off the play fake, it's Ritter. Getting this ball out wide for Davis.
Even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be stopped just inside the 35.
To the air again, it's Ritter.
Flushed out right.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. To the right side here, caught by Kincaid.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
This to the tight end, Kincaid.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 2.
Buying time to his left.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
Set, ready.
Looking to throw once more. Here's Ritter.
He's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And picked up by the Chargers. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Joyner, and a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And finally, he's taken down at the 18. A big play there for L.A. 41 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout, and actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours, and they certainly weren't kidding.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Up the middle they go. Joyner, give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now a give right side. Joyner. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And they take a knee. And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Chargers, they...
I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. It's that G, I keep it playing, so I put it on.